Lever Brothers Company, makers of Swan, the soap with the exclusive Super Cream Blend, presents...
Our friend, Swan.
With my friend, Irma.
Starring Mary Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane.
Friendship, friendship, just a perfect friendship. When other friendships have been forgot, theirs will still be hot. My friend Irma.
You know, so many times we run into that old controversial subject, who is the more intelligent, man or woman? Now, me, Jane Stacy, I like to stick up for us gals. As an example of woman's intelligence, I invariably point to Madame Curie, Queen Victoria, Dorothy Parker. I think I'm doing all right until the opposition nods knowingly in the direction of Irma Peterson. And suddenly the ball game is over. Now, please don't misunderstand me. I love Irma Peterson. But there are times when... Well, for instance, last night, Irma was reading a book. She read it through once, and then I noticed that she started on the back page and seemed to be reading toward the front. Honey.
What is it, Jane?
You know, you read that book through once. What's the idea of reading it backwards?
Well, I want to be fair. After all, there are two sides to every story.
See what I mean? This goes on every day, and I'm certain that on this lovely Saturday afternoon, it's not going to be any different. But I promised to meet Irma for lunch, so I better call her.
Hello? Mr. Clyde's office?
Hi, honey. You through for the day?
Almost, Jane. Do you know where I can find a Canadian stamp?
Why do you want a Canadian stamp?
Well, Mr. Clyde dictated a letter, and he wants me to mail it to Canada right away.
Look, sweetie, just put a United States stamp on it.
Will it get there, Jane?
Sure, I have pull in Washington. Sweetie, where do you want to meet me?
Well, how about 49th and 6th? You know, the corner where the fat policeman stands.
The fat policeman?
Yes, you know the one who always says, "Hello, Irma, are you still lost?"
Oh, yeah, that one.
Oh, he's so nice, and he's interested in my health, too.
He is?
Yes, he keeps saying, "Kid, you've been standing in the sun too long."
All right, sweetie, all right. I'll meet you there in a few minutes. Bye.
Goodbye.
All right, move on, man. Move on. Oh, hello, Irma. It's you. You still lost?
Oh, hello, officer. I was just telling my girlfriend about you.
Well, that's nice. You better cross now. The light's great.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. Just keep out of the sun.
I will. Oh, there's my girlfriend, Jane. Jane.
Hello, honey. Well, shall we just walk, do a little window shopping?
All right, Jane. Oh, look, Jane, isn't that cute? The kids are making men out of snow.
Yeah. You know, there are times when I think the man I'm in love with is made out of the same material.
Oh, Jane, you just got the blues because Richard hasn't proposed yet.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, Jane, I don't think you're handling him right. I think Richard needs some competition, something to make him jealous.
For instance?
Well, get some other girls to go out with him.
What?
Well, then he'll see how much better you are than the others.
Oh, sweetie, I've already used more tricks than Houdini. There's nothing a girl can do. It's a man's world.
Well, that's what they say.
Yeah. You know, sometimes when I feel like this, I wish I was born a man.
Not me. I wouldn't want to be born a man.
Why not?
Or I'd look so silly dancing with Al.
No, Irma, don't be ridiculous. Irma, look ahead of you. There's an open manhole.
I've been down there. There's nothing to see. Jane.
What, honey?
Look at that window. Isn't that a beautiful bridal gown?
Yeah. It's very lovely. Come on, honey.
Oh, wait a minute, Jane. Gee, what a beautiful gown. And that girl in the window is certainly lucky.
Irma, she's just a dummy.
Well, what does she care as long as her husband loves her? Oh, Jane, I'd give anything in the world to be a bride.
Well, there stands Irma gazing pathetically at the bridal gown. I can tell by the expression on her face that she's picturing herself on her wedding day. She's just beaming with pride. Must be standing at the altar with Al. Now she's shaking her head up and down. Must be saying, I do. No, there's a fly on her nose. Now she's extending her finger for the wedding band, and she's holding it up and admiring it. I don't know what kind of a wedding band it can be, but if Al gave it to her, it must say Corona, Corona. Sweetie, I hate to interrupt your daydreams, but we've got to be getting along.
All right, Jane, but first I'd like to put a deposit on that bridal gown.
Irma Peterson, how many times have I told you a bridal gown is the last thing a girl has to worry about?
The last?
Yes, the first thing is a man.
I could be a bride. I have Al.
Yeah, you have Al. You know, Irma, all brides go to their weddings with 4 things. Something old and something new, something borrowed and something blue. To this, you are adding a 5th thing.
What?
Something unemployed.
So what?
Well, Irma, you can't be happy with a man who can't give you the things that go with a home. For instance, furniture, a refrigerator, vacuum cleaner, dishes.
Yes, I guess Al could never make it on his unemployment check.
That's right. Well, come on, honey, let's have lunch.
No, I'm too sad to have lunch. I'm going to be an old maid. I'm going to go home. Hello? Oh, hello, Richard. No, Jane went off to do some shopping. I'm here alone. Huh? No, I'm not frightened. I've been alone before when there was no one with me. Well, that's a good idea. I'll turn on the radio for company. Yes, goodbye, Richard.
Listen, ladies, have you ever wished you might be a bride?
Oh, yes, I have.
You have? Then this program is going to make it possible for some lucky girl to have everything she'll ever need for that honeymoon cottage. Furniture, a refrigerator, a vacuum cleaner, a washing machine.
Dishes?
And, oh, yes, a complete set of dishes. Say nothing of some silverware. And now listen carefully, and I'll tell you how you can participate in our show. You have a pencil ready?
Can I use a fountain pen instead?
Or a fountain pen. Now, all you have to do is write a letter to this station and state in 25 words or less why you want to be a bride. It's very simple. Just 25 words beginning, I want to be a bride because.
I want to be a bride because.
Now, please understand this is not a contest. We merely select the 6 most interesting letters, and our studio audience will then choose the lucky couple. Please mail your letters to Lucky Couple. So until next week, this is Freddie Flip saying wedding bells to you all, and I do mean you all.
I want to be a bride because... Come in.
It's only me, Professor Kropotkin. Hello, Irma, darling.
Oh, Professor, why are you limping?
Oh, my room is so dark, I keep falling over everything.
Well, why don't you turn on the lights?
I can't stand the sight of that place. Irma, where's Janie?
Oh, she's out. Oh, Professor, I'm so excited. Can you give me 25 words why a person should get married?
No, but I got plenty of words about why you shouldn't. What's it all about, Irma?
Well, I have to write a letter. I want to be a bride because, and if they select my letter, I get a refrigerator, a furniture, a vacuum cleaner, everything to make the house perfect.
And Al will be your husband?
Naturally.
This you call perfect?
Well, Professor, would you help me write the letter?
Help you?
Yes, you were once married. What made you get married?
A weakness in my character.
Oh, all you men say that. But wasn't there something that made you feel wonderful in 25 words?
Listen, Irma, darling, with my wife, 25 words was just a breathing spell. You know, she once stopped talking for 5 seconds. We all thought she had lockjaw. No, Irma, I refuse to be accessory to this crime. Besides, I have to get back to my room. I'm having a fight with Mrs. O'Reilly.
What about?
I told her there's mice in my room as big as dogs.
Well, what's she doing about it?
She wants to charge me extra for running a kennel club. Well, goodbye, Irma. Write your letter and good luck.
I want to be a bride because it's the only way for a girl to be married. No. I want to be a bride because that's all a girl has to look forward to, and I've been looking so long my 2 eyes are tired. Oh, shucks, that's 26 words. I'll make it just 1 eye. Oh, now let's see. I want to be a bride. I want to be a bride.
Hello, honey.
I want to be a bride.
I want to be one, too, but I don't use up all this paper. Irma, what have you done to my stationery? What are you doing?
Oh, Jane, did you ever hear of a program called Lucky Couple?
Yeah? Yeah, you mean the one in which you write in why you want to be a bride in 25 words, and if you're the lucky couple, they furnish your home for you?
Yes, and, oh, Jane, I'm not good at it. Would you write the letter for me?
Well, honey, do you really think if Al got all those things, he'd marry you?
Of course.
You know, it would be very interesting to find out what Al would do if his back were against the wall. Okay, sweetie, all right, I'll write your letter for you.
Oh, Jane, no girl ever had a better friend.
Oh.
And I'll get Al in the mood by making him a wonderful dinner tonight.
Well, Irma, I know the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, but are you sure you know the road? I mean, well, you know, you very seldom cook.
Oh, I know, but I think this is a time to start, and I've been memorizing a recipe. I'm going to the store right now.
To buy what?
The white of an egg. The ones we have here, they won't do. They all have a yellow center.
Well, the 3 of us have just finished the first dinner Irma ever cooked, and I must say I am positively speechless. Not only did Irma look adorable, but she made a dinner that was fit for a king, and Al ate it like a king. King Henry VIII. And then for dessert, she served those cute little Chinese fortune cookies, but she'd removed the original prophecies and replaced them with little slips of paper, which read, "If you don't get married right away, you'll drop dead." Oh, it's a subtle kid, that Irma. But if she can get Al to agree to marry her this way or any other way, it's okay by me. I'll be happy to write the letter if she can get Al to say the word. Honey.
Yes, Jane?
You know, I simply must tell you that was the most delicious dinner I've ever eaten. Right, Al?
Oh, the best.
Oh, thank you, Al. I'm glad to hear you say that because I realize how important cooking is in marriage. You see, married people eat twice as much as single people because there's 2 of them.
Wait a minute, Irma. Did you invite me to this dinner so I'd propose?
Yes, Al.
Well, chicken, I don't think that's fair of you. I should at least have been given the right to choose my food.
What do you mean, Al?
Well, any guy about to walk the last mile always has the right to pick his own menu.
Look, Al, you can stall Irma, but you can't stall me. Now, there's a chance. It may be slim, but it's a chance for you and Irma to win all the things necessary to furnish a home.
How?
Well, I'm going to write a letter for Irma in 25 words, why she wants to be a bride, and send it to the Lucky Couple program.
Can't be done.
Why not?
Well, what would you write about? I mean, naturally, you'd write that Irma wants to be a bride because she's met a nice guy, a man of sterling character, a gentleman, a deep thinker. Personally, I don't think you can do me justice in 25 words.
If she does win, will you go through with it?
You know, Jane, if you worked half as hard on Richard as you do on me, you'd have been married 10 years ago.
Look, now, Al, you're the one that Irma wants, and I want to see her happy. Now, what do you say?
Well, putting it like that, there's only one man who can advise me.
Who, Al?
Who else but... Hello, Joe. Al, got a problem. Irma and I are going on a radio program. Huh? No, Joe, not it pays to be ignorant. Now, this is called the Lucky Couple program, dedicated to making happy marriages. Joe, want to ask you a personal question. What do you think of marriage? Uh-huh. 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 Mm-hmm. You love it? You think it's a wonderful institution? You think it's swell? And it's the best thing... Oh, your wife is sitting on your lap and she sends her regards, too. Gotcha, Joe. Goodbye. Man's no help. He's trapped himself.
Well, Al, what do you say?
Okay, you write the letter and I'll go through with it.
Well, I finally got got the letter out. I believe I rewrote it 18 times because every time I tried to describe Al, I was sure it wouldn't go through the mails. So I just kept playing around till I got 25 words that seemed to make a little sense, and I signed Irma's name and I sent it off. Well, you can imagine what Irma's been going through since then. Every morning, Irma's been running downstairs to meet the mailman. She brings him little cookies. And once, I believe, I overheard her asking him if he had any socks that needed darning. Then she comes up and she waits by the phone. Once the phone rang at the same time that the mailman knocked, and it was as close as Irma ever came to doing a split. Well, this has just been going on for days, and I don't think I can take it much longer. Honey.
Yes, Jane.
Look, why don't you just forget about that lucky couple program? I'm sure that if you'd won, you would have been notified by now.
Oh, vacuum cleaners, refrigerators, washing machines. No wonder couples don't have many children today. They spend all their time in hardware stores. Oh, maybe that's the milkman with a special. Come in.
Hiya, chicken.
Oh, it's you, Al.
No news today from the program, huh?
No, Al, I guess we're just not the kind of people who get things easy. We can only get them by working for them.
Chicken, don't be vicious. Hey, maybe the letter Jane wrote wasn't good enough. Huh?
Now, listen, Al, I made such a gentleman out of you in that letter, your own family would take you back.
Oh, what's the use? Let's not spill milk on each other and cry. Take me to a movie.
Okay, chicken, get your hat.
Hello? Who? Irma Peterson. Yeah, Irma, it's for you.
Thanks. Hello? Yes, this is Irma Peterson. Who is this? Lucky Couple Program? I did? Oh, thank you. Oh, Al, they liked the letter. Yes? Oh, sure, we'll come to your studio. And believe me, I'm so happy I'll tell all my friends to eat the dog biscuits you advertise. Goodbye.
Chicken, we did it. Hey, you know, it'll feel kind of nice being married.
Now, listen, Al, you haven't won yet. You still have to appear on the program and compete with the 5 other couples, you know.
5 other couples?
Yes, Al, they ask us questions. But I'm not worried. You always know what to do in an emergency. Like the time in the restaurant when you didn't have any money.
Oh, that was nothing.
Well, not everyone would have known how to get amnesia so fast.
Come in.
Hello, Jane.
Hello, Richard. What a pleasant surprise.
Thank you. Hello, Irma. Al?
Hi.
Say, you two look kind of excited.
Oh, Irma and Al are going to be on that Lucky Couple radio program tonight. You know, where the winners receive a house completely furnished.
Oh, yes, I've heard it many times.
I bet if you and Jane went on, you'd win.
Yes, I suppose.
Oh, I know Jane wouldn't mind marrying you. She told me so many times.
Irma.
Well, Jane, you did, and even in your sleep.
Irma, don't you think you better go? You and Al will be late.
Yeah, that's right, chicken. We better hurry. Come on.
We'll listen in.
Gee, Jane, I wish it was television, and then I'd be able to see you, and I wouldn't be nervous.
How's that again? Oh, never mind. The only thing I can say is good luck, honey, and we'll be sitting here pulling for you.
Thanks, Jane.
Come on, chicken. Take my arm, baby. Who knows? Pretty soon you may be Mrs. Al.
Gee, Al, I wonder how the other couples are making out.
Don't worry about them, chicken. We'll be called into the studio next. Now, we got to make a good impression so we get the most applause.
Well, I'm awful nervous.
Now, just control yourself and answer the question.
What do they usually ask?
Well, they'll ask your age. You say 22.
22.
Then they'll want to know how many children we would like. You say 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
Then they ask you why you picked me to be your husband. Now, here you got to lay it on thick because they like it romantic.
Well, what do I say?
Oh, gooey stuff. Like, I got the habits of Lincoln, the charm of Casanova, the smile of Mona Lisa, and I'm built like an ox.
Habits of Lincoln, the charm of Casanova, smile of Mona Lisa, and built like an ox.
You got it?
Got it.
All right, folks, come in the studio. Your interview is next.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have just heard our 4th couple, and here are the next contestants. Let's give them a great big hand, huh? That's it. That's fine. Thank you.
Richard, will you turn the radio up a little more? I want to be sure to hear everything.
All right, Jane.
And now, folks, for our next lucky couple. Miss, I see your name is Irma Peterson. Your age?
3 or 4.
What?
I'm just a little nervous.
Well, now, don't be nervous. Just relax. After all, there are only 15 million people listening to you. Now, tell us, when you marry this gentleman at your side, how many children would you like to have?
22. I'm getting everything backwards.
Now, just take your time, miss, because this is the important question.
I think I'm ready for this one.
Good. Now, tell our audience why you selected this young man as the man of your dreams.
Well, he has the smile of an ox, habits of Casanova, and he's built like Mona Lisa. Oh, what's the matter, Al? Oh, I know I left out Lincoln.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Next contestants, please.
But, mister, don't you want to ask me any more
Next
questions?
contestants, please.
Oh, poor Irma. Oh, and she tried so hard. Richard, why didn't Al talk? You know, he knows that Irma gets excited. Oh, I'll have an unhappy girl on my hands tonight.
Say, I think I see them coming up the street now.
How do you know it's Irma now?
Well, the fellow's walking on the inside.
That's them. Well, I better try and cheer her up some way. Put the radio on, huh? Get some music.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our Pot of Cash feature. If you're home when we call your phone number, all you have to do is answer the phone, and we give you $10,000. There goes the wheel. The first name is Irma Peterson, and we're ringing her now.
Irma Peterson? Yes! They're ringing us!
Hello, Jane.
Answer the phone! Answer the phone, Irma. It's a radio show, and they want to give you
Nothing doing. They made a fool of me once tonight. They won't do it again. I'm going to bed. Good night.
Well, I'm sorry you weren't in, Miss Peterson. Sorry you weren't in.
And you know, even when she is in, there's nobody home. When you're dealing with my friend Irma.
Lever Brothers Company, makers of Swan, the soap with the exclusive super creamed blend, presents
Our friend Swan.
With my friend Irma.
starring Marie Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane.
Friendship, friendship, just a perfect friendship. When other friendships have been forgot, theirs will still be hot. My friend Irma.
You know, when two girls share an apartment together, I don't think one has any business telling the other how to live. However, if your roommate gets out of line once in a while, I believe it's perfectly all right to drop a gentle hint. After all, a word to the wise should be sufficient. Of course, if your roommate happens to be Irma Peterson, brother, there just ain't enough words in the dictionary. Now, please understand me, Jane Stacy, I love the girl. Now, go along with her, although sometimes it isn't easy. For instance, the other night I was telling Irma about the lovely dinner party that I attended. I remarked that the table was set with community plates, and Irma said,
Community plate? I wouldn't want everybody eating from the same dish.
These things don't bother me. After living with Irma a while, you begin to feel like a handball court. Things just bounce off you. Besides, today is a day for celebration. Irma and I have bought a cute little spinet piano for our apartment. Of course, it's a luxury, but Irma and I are both working, and by skimping here and there, we'll be able to meet the payment. That reminds me. Honey.
What, Jane?
You know, we're going to make a payment on the piano today, and on the 19th of every month, so I've worked out a little budget for it.
Well, I'll do just as you say, Jane.
That'll be swell, honey. Yeah, I got to look over this work I brought home from the office.
Oh, gee, Jane, your boss has such confidence in you. He trusts you with everything.
Well, most bosses do.
Not my boss. Mr. Clyde doesn't trust me with anything. He even puts pencils in a pencil sharpener for me.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe he's tired of pointed erasers.
Yeah, well, that happens once in a while.
No, only yesterday he called me a bonehead.
What for?
Well, just as I was opening my lunch, he asked me to get the bank deposit ready, and I got confused.
Confused?
Yes, because he called me from the bank and said they would not pay interest on 3 tuna fish sandwiches.
Well, honey, all jobs have their shortcomings.
Not yours, Jane. You're a private secretary, and I'm a plain stenographer. And Mr. Clyde is always yelling at me, telling me I don't know my work. He can't find anything in the files, and when I run out of stamps, I have no business sending a letter COD.
Well, honey, you should do something about it.
I am.
What?
I'm going to ask for a raise.
You're going to ask for a raise?
Well, Jane, you know, the more they pay you, the more they respect you.
Oh, wait a minute, sweetie. You can't do that. We're skating on thin ice right now. We just bought a piano. There are payments to be met. And what if Mr. Clyde fires you?
Me? Huh, he wouldn't dare. I'm indispensable. I'm going right down and talk to him.
Irma, listen,
Now,
sweetie,
don't
for
worry,
my
Jane. Now,
sake-
just leave it to me. I know how to handle Mr. Clyde. Besides, he's hinted many times that I'm in solid with him.
In solid with him?
Yes, he's often said I had a head like a rock.
Wait, Irma, listen to
No,
me, honey.
please,
Wait.
Jane. When I come back, my position will be different. Goodbye.
Well, Miss Peterson, what are you doing here on your afternoon off?
I want to speak to you, Mr. Clyde.
Well, please make it brief. This is the only chance I get to decipher what you've done all week. By the way, as long as you're here, where did you file the letter to Smith & Smith?
Where it belongs, under C.
C. Mm-hmm.
Cough drops.
Thank you. I had no trouble finding your letter to Liverpool. I looked under G.
Oh, how did you know?
Simple. Just remember your system. Liver is meat. A pool has water. Water and meat makes gravy. Look under G. Now, what's on your mind, Miss Peterson?
Mr. Clyde, you know the things I do around this office.
Yes?
You know how I talk to the clients.
Yes?
You know how I take care of everything.
Indeed I do.
Well, I guess there isn't more to be said.
There isn't. You're fired.
Come in.
Hello, Jane.
Oh, hello, Richard. I didn't expect you. What's on your mind?
Oh, nothing. I just happened to be passing by and... Say, what's this? When did you get the piano?
Yesterday.
Oh. Say, it's nice looking.
Huh?
Very nice tone.
Yeah. Irma and I always wanted one. It's expensive, but we'll pay it off slowly.
Well, you should have a lot of pleasure from it. Oh, does Irma play?
She knows one piece. Kitten on the keys.
Oh. How does it sound?
Like the cat is caught under the piano. But then we both wanted it, and since we're both working, it won't be hard to meet. Excuse me, Richard. Hello?
Hello, Jane.
Honey, where have you been so long?
Oh, places.
What do you mean, places? What happened with your raise?
I didn't get it.
Oh. Well, cheer up, honey. Maybe some other day.
Yes, in some other company.
Some other company?
Jane, I got fired.
Oh, Irma, won't you ever learn? How could you let yourself get fired at a time like this after we just bought a piano, we've got payments to meet?
Oh, don't worry, Jane. I have something good to tell you when I get home.
Where are you?
Around the corner. I wanted to break the news to you first.
Oh. Well, hurry home.
All right, Jane. I'm in the middle of a banana split, but I'll ask them to put it in a bag.
Goodbye, honey. Oh, what is she up to now?
Now, don't let it upset you, Jane.
Oh, Richard, where does that girl get her talent for doing the worst possible thing at the wrong time? So help me, if she wanted to join the Daughters of the American Revolution, she'd get Tokyo Rose to sponsor her.
Well, is there any way that I can be of help?
No, Richard, please. Now, Irma and I bought this piano. We're going to pay for it. I can meet my share of the obligation, and Irma will just have to pay hers from the $100 savings she has in the bank.
Hello, Jane. Oh, hello, Richard.
Hello, Irma. Oh, I was just leaving. I'll see you later, Jane. Goodbye.
Bye.
Jane, you're not angry at me because I was fired.
Well, frankly, I am, Irma. You were a fool to get yourself fired just when we needed the money so badly. But you'll probably get another job in a week or so. We can make the payment on the piano today because I just remembered that you have $100 in the bank. Irma, you have $100 in the bank? Irma, why are you looking up the ceiling?
When flies walk upside down, does the blood rush to their backs?
Irma Peterson, answer me. You have $100 in the bank? Please tell Janie you have $100 in the bank.
Oh, Jane, you see, it was like this.
Oh, no.
But it's good news. I have a chance to get a job as a receptionist next week at the No. 1 Park Avenue shop.
A receptionist? Honey, that's the smartest shop in town. Well, all their receptionists come from the finest finishing schools. Honey, they're very ultra, the epitome of culture and refinement.
I know that. That's where I used my $100.
I don't understand.
Well, I want to get that job, so I bought a course in refinement, and it's all here in this book.
Oh, let me see it. How to become a lady in a week. Oh, Irma, you didn't spend $100 on... Oh, Irma. Come in.
It's only me, Professor Kropotkin. Hello, Janie and Irma, my two little candles. One with a flame, the other with a wacky wick.
Why, Professor.
Excuse me, a little joke I picked up in the hardware store. Girls, I hope you don't mind my coming in, hiding from Mrs. O'Reilly. She wants the rent.
Why don't you pay it, Professor?
By me, it's a principle. I refuse to pay rent for a room that's full of cats.
Full of cats?
Yes, in my room they feel safe. They know even a dog wouldn't go in that place.
Well, Professor, we have our troubles, too.
What has Irma done this time?
Well, you know the piano.
A piano? I didn't notice it. You mind if I play it?
All right, but you better play something short. I have a feeling the piano isn't going to be with us very long.
Why not?
I lost my job.
Yeah. Not only that, but she spent every cent she had on a phony course in self-improvement.
Irma, darling, don't try to become a lady. Stay the way you are. It's so sweet and simple. Return the course and get your money back.
Yes, that's exactly what you're going to do now, honey. Come in.
Hello, girls. Oh, so there you are, Professor.
Hello, Mrs. O'Reilly.
Don't you hello me.
Yeah.
I understand you've been going around telling the tenants you'd like to see me hanging from the rafters.
I never said that.
Well, that's better.
I don't want to be charged extra for the decoration.
Now, look here, you.
Now, please, the two of you. I'm sorry, Mrs. O'Reilly. I don't want to be curt, but after all, I have a terrible problem here. Irma's lost her job, and she spent every cent she has on a fake course in self-improvement.
Oh, Irma, you poor dear. Where did you buy the course?
From a man named Sam Bauer.
Glory be. Does he wear a checkered jacket and talk fast?
Yes?
Oh, that crook. How could you go to a man like that?
Why, how do you know he's a crook?
He sold me a book on how to preserve me youth.
Mrs. O'Reilly, if you'll excuse me, I think he sold you the wrong book. Your youth doesn't look like it's been preserved. Looks more like it's been pickled.
Oh, hush up. Now, Professor, let's let the girls alone. We'll go up to your room and talk about an operation.
What operation?
The one you're going to need if you don't give me the rent. Goodbye, girls. And Irma gets your money back.
Now, sweetie, that's exactly what you're going to do because you're out of a job. And we need that $100 desperately, or they'll take the piano and we'll be the laughing stock of the neighborhood.
Oh, I understand, Jane, but please don't mention a word of this to Al.
Why not?
Well, I want Al to have confidence in me because, you see, when he and I get married, I want to handle the money in the family.
Yeah, well, I think that's fair. After all, you'll be the only one who's working.
And now Susie Swan sings to us. Listen.
My advice, says Susie, when you are buying soap for dishes, please be choosy. Swan gives a brand new kind of suds, you see. Your dishes wash so easily. Swan's gentle too. I swan, do you? Says Susie.
And ladies, you'll probably be thanking Susie Swan for her melodic advice when you use white floating Swan soap for dishes. You bet, because now with Swan, you can have faster dishwashing and protection for your hands at the same time. You see, Swan is made with an exclusive super creamed blend for a wonderful new kind of suds. Suds that get your dishes washed fast. Suds that rinse away so completely with one hot rinse, your dishes never need drying. Yes, Swan saves you time, but that's not all. Swan saves your hands, too. Sure, because Swan's exclusive super creamed blend protects your hands, leaves them lovely as ever. Think of it, no more strong soaps or strong soap powders that make your hands all red and rough. Now you can do a fast job with pure, mild Swan. Because only Swan has this exclusive super creamed blend for speed and mildness both.
Well, I'm at home, pacing the floor, waiting for Irma to come back with $100 that she spent on that worthless culture course. Oh, gee. I hope she gets it, because there's a payment due on the piano. And I don't want to be at the keyboard playing ballerina while two truck drivers dance off with the piano.
Hello, Jane.
Irma, did you get the money?
No, there was a note on the door. Out to lunch. I think Mr. Bauer likes Mexican food.
Mexican food?
Yes, because the policeman in front of his office said this guy is headed for the border.
Oh. Irma, there goes the 100.
Are you angry, Jane?
Irma, I don't know what I am any longer. All I know is that I've been living with you for a year, and everything you've bought in that time has been a swindle. First, that refrigerator.
Well, everybody buys a refrigerator.
Without a motor?
Well, a man said that without any moving parts, it would last longer.
All right, it could happen. What about the time you wanted a fur coat and I told you to go to I.J. Fox? Where did you go?
I.J. Wolf. He said he was a distant relative.
And what kind of fur did you buy?
Well, the man said it was a genuine mink-dyed squirrel-colored leopard-spotted caracal beaver.
Honey, I told you that many animals haven't gotten together since they walked into Noah's Ark. Now, understand me, sweetie. Honest, I'm not trying to pick on you. I'm only hoping that by pointing out your past mistakes, you won't be so gullible in the future.
Well, it's just they make it sound so reasonable.
Oh, sweetie, what's the use of talking anymore? You have no job, you haven't any money, we can't meet the payments on the piano. And all you have is a book, How to Become a Lady in 1 week.
Oh, please don't start to cry, Jane.
Oh, well, what do you expect me to do? They'll take the piano back, and my credit won't be good any place in town, and my charge accounts will be canceled. Oh, Irma.
Oh, Jane, maybe they're coming for the piano. Shall I hide it?
Yes, put it under the rug. Come in.
Hello, Jane. Hiya, chicken.
Hello, Al, honey.
Well, kids, I've done it again.
Oh, Al, not another one of your deals. What is it this time? Dipping tapioca in ink and selling it for caviar?
What's the matter with you, Jane? You seem bitter.
Me? Bitter? Oh, don't be silly, Al. I feel wonderful. In fact, I'm going to take a little trip. I'm going out of my mind.
Inhibited, Jane? Chicken, what's up?
Al, I got fired.
Fired? Chicken, how can you tamper with my future like that? That's the worst news I've heard.
No, it isn't, Al. I also spent my life savings on this course.
Let me see. How to Become a Lady in a Week. Chicken, how could you?
Well, I wanted to get some poise and cultured. Haven't you ever felt that way?
But me get poise? Chicken, I'm loaded with it. How many guys do you know who can walk into a theater backwards, light a cigarette, and say to the doorman, going out for a smoke, call me when the newsreel is over? No, Chicken, you shouldn't have bought this book. Hey, what'd you pay for it?
$100.
$100? Chicken, I think you've laid an egg again.
Well, Al, there must be something else we can do.
Yeah, well, if there is, there's only one man who can help us.
Who, Al?
Who else but... Hello, Joe. Al. Got a problem. Got to find a job. For me? Joe, don't be funny. It's for Irma. She got fired. Wants something in her line. Yeah, well, Irma does typing. Yeah, you remember, the one who typed that letter for your cousin Willie, asking the governor for a pardon? Yeah, well, Joe, don't be sore. She just left out one word. I know she was supposed to write, I am not guilty, and she left out the not. What's one word among friends? Then you're still sore, huh? Don't want to help her. All right, forget it, Joe. Goodbye.
Well, what are we going to do now?
Don't know, chicken. Looks kind of hopeless.
Oh, Al, I guess I've just ruined everything.
Oh, take it easy, chicken.
Oh, no, I'm a burden to all my friends. I treat them all like beasts. That's what I am, a beast of burden.
Chicken. Oh, the poor kid. Come in.
Hello, Al. Hey, where's Jane and Irma?
Jane's out for a walk. Irma's in the bedroom crying.
Oh, about a job, eh?
Yeah, she's taking it pretty hard.
Well, that's why I dropped by here. Now, I might have a job for her.
Oh.
Irma, please come out. This is Richard. I want to talk to you.
Hello, Richard.
Tell her the good news, Richard.
Well, it isn't definite, but I just left the house, and Mother's having tea with Powell Stuyvesant, the editor of Society magazine. Now, he employs any number of girls, and I thought I might talk to him in the morning about employing you.
Oh, Richard, you're so sweet. I could kiss you, but then Al would have to kiss Jane, and we'd get all mixed up.
Well, I think I'll run over to Papillon Restaurant and see if Jane's there. Now, Irma, I'll call Mr. Stuyvesant in the morning and have him get in touch with you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Isn't it wonderful, Al?
Just got an idea, chicken.
What, Al?
Why should we wait until tomorrow? Job might be filled. Why don't we drop in on Mrs. Rhinelander now and meet Mr. Stuyvesant socially? Make a big impression. Might even get a better job.
But, Al, we weren't invited.
We're in the clear. We got an excuse. We'll say we're looking for Richard. No, he won't be there.
But, Al, you think it's right.
Chicken, all big deals are not made in the office. It's on the golf course, at tea, at cocktails, at bridge. You got to handle it like the big shots do.
Oh, but Mr. Stuyvesant is editor of Society magazine, and Mrs. Rhinelander is... Oh, Al, I'll be so nervous. Maybe I ought to read the book on culture and get some points.
That book is a fake. I know the right things to say. We'll give it all to you in a nutshell.
All right, Al, I'm ready.
Fine. Now, first, upon entering a mixed crowd, make conversation of general interest. Now, these people are high society, so we discuss the Cabots and the Lodgers.
The Cabots and the Lodgers.
Also, you drop a comment that you are getting ready for the horse show. You got it?
I've got it.
Okay, chicken, we go. Strike while the iron is hot. If things go right, in an hour you should have a swell job amongst classy people.
All right, Al. Oh, just a minute while I take everything out of my handbag. Well, the book said a polite guest never arrives at a party loaded.
All right, chicken. Now, before we ring, have you got everything straight?
I make general conversation. I'm getting ready for the horse show, and I talk about the Cabots and Lodges.
Okay, I'll ring.
Oh, Irma and Al, what a pleasant surprise. What are you doing in the neighborhood?
We just dropped by to see Richard.
But we know he's not in.
Please. You look very lovely, Mrs. Rhinelander.
Well, thank you. Won't you come in? Irma, I've never seen you looking so attractive.
Thank you. I'm getting ready for the horse show.
Hold it, chicken.
Irma, now, while you're here, I'd like to have you meet my guest, Mr. Powell Stuyvesant. Powell, this is Irma Peterson and her boyfriend, Al.
How do you do?
Delighted.
Dorothy, now that your friends are here, how about a rubber of bridge?
Bridge? Well...
Delighted.
Grand thought.
Well, then let's sit at this table. Irma, how would you like to be partners with Mr. Stuyvesant?
Oh, I'd rather work my way up slowly.
Girl's got a great sense of humor. Are these the cards?
Yes.
Mind if I count them first?
I beg your pardon.
A mere formality. Saved me many a buck.
Shall we make polite conversation?
If you find it necessary, Irma.
Mr. Stuyvesant, do you know the Cabots?
No, I've never had the pleasure. Do you know them?
Well, I've never been to the Cabots' home, but I've been to their lodge. Shall we deal?
Yes, quickly.
Let's see now. What's of mutual interest to everybody?
Chicken, you're supposed to make conversation, but it don't mean you can't stop.
One spade.
2 diamonds.
7 no trumps.
I beg you'll get my partner's bid.
7 no trumps.
7 no trumps. If you folks don't mind, I'd like to see my partner's hand. Miss Peterson, how can you make a bid like that?
Why not?
You're vulnerable. You haven't got an honor.
Mr. Stuyvesant, I'm not discussing your character. I don't see why you should discuss mine.
Take it easy, chicken. Oh, Mrs. Rhinelander, this is impossible. I think I'll be running along.
No, please, Paul, I can explain. Please.
Gee, Al, I think I made a wonderful impression.
Don't know about that, chicken, but you sure performed a great trick.
What was it, Al?
You changed a four-handed bridge game into double solitaire.
Waiting for you.
Hello, Jane.
I ran into Richard. He told me the wonderful news. He's going to speak to Mr. Stuyvesant first thing in the morning about a job for you.
Oh, Jane, I don't think I'll get along very well with Mr. Stuyvesant.
Well, sweetie, you haven't even met the man. How do you know?
Well, that's silly, Jane. I've never taken poison, but I know I wouldn't like it.
Irma, what are you talking about?
Jane, if that's Richard, don't answer it.
Why not?
It may be a wrong number.
Irma, you're really acting ridiculous. Hello? What, Richard? Yeah, she just came in. No, she wouldn't tell me where she's been. What? That your mother's playing bridge with Mr. Stuyvesant. What happened? Oh, Richard, is your mother angry? She's not. Oh, bless her. Are you angry? You're not. What about Mr. Stuyvesant? He's what? He's given up cards, has locked himself up in the Harvard Club and refuses to go. Oh, Richard, you're kidding. Was it really that bad? I see. Excuse me, Richard. I want to have a talk with Irma. Bye. Irma Peterson, how could you?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jane. We were so anxious to get the job, and we wanted to do it the social way. You know, we were strike while the iron is hot.
Well, you certainly cooled it off. Oh, honey, goodness knows when you'll get a job, and they'll take the piano back, and how we pay our bills, and oh, Irma.
Hello? Who? Mr. Clyde? Yes, Mr. Clyde. You want me to come back to work? Well, why? Oh, because you don't know where anything is, and you have to go to a psychiatrist. And you have to go to a psychiatrist anyway. Yes, sir, Mr. Clyde. I'll be there first thing in the morning.
Last night, Irma unwrapped a cake of Swan soap and put it in front of the mirror. So I had to know why. Irma, why put the soap in front of the mirror? And Irma said,
"Well, the man on the radio just told the story of the ugly duckling, and I want our Swan to know he didn't mean him."
Oh, Irma, you're so right. In fact, it's downright beautiful, that cake of Swan soap, smooth and white and creamy. And thanks to Swan's exclusive Super Creamed blend, Swan's new kind of suds are wonderful. Sure, they whip up fast for dishes, whisk away dirt and grease, and leave your dishes shining, gleaming bright. And you'll like the way Swan's new kind of suds rinse away. So completely, your dishes never need drying. And ladies, beautiful is the word for the way Swan leaves your hands. You see, Swan's exclusive Super Creamed blend protects your hands, leaves them soft, smooth, and lovely as ever. And white floating Swan can give you this speed and mildness combined, because only Swan has this exclusive Super Creamed blend.
well, the household at 8224 West 73rd Street is back on a paying basis. I'm working, and Irma's got her old job with Mr. Clyde back. So the piano's here to stay, and Irma practices it diligently. You know, sweetie, I'm delighted in your interest in music. Why do you practice standing up?
I have to. I'm learning the Star-Spangled Banner.
Well, there's nothing I can say except hats off to my friend Irma.
My Friend Irma, presented by Swan, another fine product of Lever Brothers Company, was by Cy Howard. Tonight's script was written by Cy Howard and Park Levy. Folks, next Monday evening, listen again to
Our Friend Swan.
With My Friend Irma.
Starring Marie Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane. The part of Professor Kropotkin was played by Hans Conried. Frank Bingman speaking.
Fry.
Cakes are light and high.
Fry.
There's a reason why.
Fry.
Cakes improve with Fry.
Rely on Fry.
You bet there's a reason why Spry is the cake-making wonder. Spry has an amazing cake improver secret. Try the sure Spry one-bowl way and be certain of lighter, finer, richer cakes every time. No other type of shortening has Spry's cake improver secret. For new cake-making success, rely on Spry, pure all-vegetable Spry with cake improver.
Rely on Spry. S-P-R-Y. Rely on Spry.
Tune in next week, 1 hour earlier, and listen to the Lux Radio Theater, immediately followed by My Friend Irma. This is CBS, where 99 million people gather every week. The Columbia Broadcasting System. Lever Brothers Company, makers of Swan, the soap with the exclusive super creamed blend, presents
Our Friend Swan.
With My Friend Irma.
Starring Marie Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane.
Friendship, friendship, just a perfect friendship. When other friendships have been forgot, theirs will still be hot. My friend Irma.
Originally, when I came to New York, I lived alone in a boarding house. It wasn't bad, but before long I was talking to myself. Right then and there, I decided to find a roommate. That's how I happened to be living with Irma Peterson. Now I have someone to talk to. You know, the conversation made more sense when I was talking to myself. For instance, a few minutes ago, I said, Irma, you know, I don't think those wall brackets give us enough light. Why don't we buy a bridge lamp? And Irma said,
A bridge lamp? But, Jane, what if we want to play gin rummy?
These things I never answer. I just pretend I'm back in the boarding house living alone. Or to steady my nerves, I pick up a newspaper and read.
Jane?
Yes, Irma?
What are you doing with the newspaper? Reading?
Yes, honey.
What are you reading?
Oh, it's just an article on psychology as applied to marriage.
Well, it must be wonderful.
Psychology?
No, marriage. What's it say?
Oh, it's just a series of questions designed to see if a girl and the man of her choice are suited for each other.
Well, isn't that unusual?
No, why should it be?
Well, when Al and I sit on the sofa, he never asked me any questions, and we get along fine.
Well, honey, you know, there's more to it than that. This article approaches the problem of compatibility with scientific introspection.
Oh, that's nice.
What did I say, Irma?
Something about an inspection, but I didn't get it.
Well, let's just forget the whole thing,
Oh,
huh?
no, Jane, please read me some of the questions, because I've been very worried about how Al and I will get along after we're married.
Oh, Irma, are you still thinking seriously of marrying that unemployed moocher?
Oh, what can I do, Jane? I love him. Ever since I've known him, I've been in a trance.
Oh, come now, you haven't known him that long. I mean, well, honey, you know, if you're really worried about how the two of you will get along, why don't you try this test on yourself?
Oh, I want to, Jane. Please read it to me.
All right, sweetie. Let me see. Does the man you intend to marry keep appointments? Is he punctual?
Punctual? Why, Al is in line for his unemployment check even before the office is open.
Mark down 1.
1.
Yeah, now. Is he the type of man you would ever be ashamed to be seen with?
No, because we never go anyplace.
No, honey, if you want to take this test, now, you've got to be honest with yourself. Now, what do your friends think of Al?
What do I care? I can get new friends.
Well, you better give yourself a 0 on that one.
Gee, this is just like school. I'm getting zeros again. What's the next question, Jane?
Do the two of you like to participate in sports?
Well, I like swimming and tennis.
Yeah, and what about Al?
Jane, is tilting pinball machines a sport?
Well, if they catch you, yes, and you may have to sprint up a few alleys. Irma, so far, you see you and Al have very little in common, psychologically speaking.
Well, there must be something that attracted us to each other.
I know what attracted Al to you.
What?
You've got a job. Look, now, Irma, just prove it to yourself. Now, answer the questions they have here, honey. Do you like dancing?
Yes.
Does your boyfriend?
No.
Do you like to go to the theater?
Yes.
Does your boyfriend?
Only when he has a pass.
Well, according to this psychological test, the two of you just don't click.
Maybe you're right, Jane. Lately, I've been having my doubts, too.
Yeah. What are you going to do about it?
Well, Al will be here any minute, and I'm going to give him one more chance. Either he will change, or this is the end.
Well, that's up to you, honey.
Come in.
Hello, Jane. Hiya, chicken.
Hello, Al, honey.
Well, I've got to run along, kid.
Hey, hold it, Jane. You mean you don't even want to hear about my new deal?
Can't wait.
You will love this. It's a racing form printed on a large cookie. So after a day at the track, you still got something to eat. Sounds good, huh?
Irma, I can only say if you find you have anything in common with this man, get rid of it.
Snooty dame. She ain't ever going to amount to anything.
Al, I would like to go to the theater tonight. Will you please take me?
Chicken, why this sudden request?
Al, it's very important for us. You see, you and I are psychological cases.
What are you talking about, Chicken?
Al, please take me to the theater.
Well, Chicken, why can't we just sit here on the sofa and discuss world politics?
Al, I insist you take me to the theater.
But, honey, I haven't got a pass. They got a big doorman. And to clinch it, they're painting the fire escape.
Well, let's pay our way in.
Pay? Chicken, you are tampering with my principles.
There's no use, Al. We have nothing in common. We might as well face it. You and I need a scientific inspection.
What?
We're not combustible.
Don't you mean compatible?
What's the difference what I mean? We're just not meant for each other.
Chicken, you mean that?
Yes, Al. Let us just consider this experience an interlude, a motel on the highway of life.
Chicken, you're nuts.
That's beside the point. This is the end, and I think we should break completely.
Well, Chicken, I don't know what to say. But if you think you'll find more happiness with another, here's your ring back.
Thanks, Al. And here's a pawn ticket for the one you promised me.
Maybe you'll change your mind someday. Well, goodbye, Irma. You're a swell kid. I won't ever forget you.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone.
Honey, I just passed Al in the hall and he... Oh, honey, you're crying. Don't feel sad, sweetie.
I can't help it, Jane. I always feel sad when I'm crying.
Now, listen, Irma, the worst is over. Now, you must try to forget it. Believe me, it's for the best.
I know you're right, Jane, but I never had a man walk out on me before.
That's silly. He didn't walk out on you. You walked out on him.
How can you say that? I'm still here.
Oh, now, look, honey, don't carry on. So, you're really in an enviable position. You have the whole world before you. You're footloose and fancy-free.
footloose and fancy-free?
Sure. Now, come on, you dry those tears and let's have a smile. Come on. Come on, now let me hear you laugh. That's more like it, honey. Be gay. Come in.
It's only me, Professor Kropotkin. Hello, Janie and Irma, my two little jigsaw puzzles. One complete and one a few pieces are missing.
Why, Professor.
Excuse me, a little joke I picked up in a toy store. What's new, Irma? What's this?
Professor, I'm footloose and fancy, and it's free.
Irma! Oh, Professor, Al and Irma have parted, and she's trying to be gay.
Oh, so it finally happened. I knew it would someday, but don't feel too badly, Irma. Oh, I remember when I broke up with that nagging wife of mine. She went out and found somebody else.
Did the new fellow make her happy?
No, he made me happy. He beat her up every day.
Why, Professor.
It's only a little kidding to cheer Irma up. Irma, my little bit of honey, you've got to learn to face the unpleasant things of life, too. Take that room I live in upstairs. It's full of bats and mice and rats. And the rain comes through the roof. But do I take a gloomy view? No. Where else can a man go hunting and swimming without getting out of bed?
But I'm afraid I'll miss Al.
Now look, Irma, before I go, I want you to remember an old saying. A stitch in time will save 9.
Well, how does that apply to me?
It don't. This is a slogan for tailors. But there's a very old saying I like. It takes a heap of living to make a home.
Well?
Well, I think I'll go up to my home and clean out that heap so I can live in it. Goodbye.
Oh, Jane, I made a mistake. I'll never find another man like Al.
No, you made a decision, Irma. Don't be a weakling.
Guess you're right, Jane. I'm just going to look around for someone else.
Good. Who can that be?
Maybe it's Al coming back. Come in.
Hello, dearie.
Oh, Amber Lipscott, what a surprise. You remember my roommate, Jane.
Yeah. You mind if I take my shoes off, Irma? My feet are killing me.
If you don't mind, I think I'll leave.
What's the matter, dearie? Ain't you never seen feet before?
Yeah, but not in such quantities. I'll see you later, honey.
Gee, ain't it wonderful the way we hate each other? But that's not important. You know why I rushed over, dearie? Look.
Oh, Amber, an engagement ring.
14-karat gold.
Oh, Amber, what a beautiful setting.
Yeah. Next year I get the stone.
Amber, I wish you all the happiness in the world.
Why are you crying, dearie?
Well, you're engaged, and Al and I just broke up.
So what? This town is crummy with guys. Look, Irma, if you want a fella, do like I did. Write to the Lonely Hearts Club.
Lonely Hearts Club?
Sure, they got stuff lying all over the place. And it's perfectly confidential. They give you a number. And if you're lucky like me, they don't ask for a picture.
Oh, you mean I could get a number if I wrote to them?
That's right, dearie. Nobody uses a name. Look, say you're number 12. Then the fella might be number 34. And all mail goes right to a box, so we don't even know where you live, and vice versa.
Gee, do you think I ought to try?
Dearie, don't waste no time. Inflation is coming. You don't know what you'll get. Just do like I say, huh?
All right, Amber, I'll do anything to meet some new fellow.
Oh, you can't miss, dearie.
And wouldn't it be wonderful if my husband and I ran into Al someday and I could say, Al, congratulate me. I'm Mrs. 94.
Say, ladies, would you like to have a luxurious mink coat? Well, then, find out about the exciting Lever Brothers $100,000 fur contest.
Hello?
Hello, Dottie. Say, listen. How would you like to have a real mink coat? No, I'm not kidding. You really can get one by winning one of the Lever Brothers fur contests. Well, all you do is tell why you like Swan soap, Lux Flakes, Lux Toilet Soap, Lifebuoy, Rinso, or Spry. How long will the contest last? Well, there's going to be one each week for 5 weeks, and we can enter as many times as we want to. Well, I have to dash. Turn on your radio right now, and you'll hear more about it. Bye.
There are 1,645 prizes in all, 329 each week in this $100,000 contest. Each week, the following prizes will be awarded. 1 gorgeous $3,000 mink coat, 3 $1,000 fur coats, 5 smart $500 fur jackets, as well as many other prizes of valuable furs and cash. And ladies, you may choose your own coat at your favorite store when you win, or you can have the cash. Now, here are the rules.
In 25 words or less, tell why you like any of these 6 Lever products. Swan soap, Lux, Lux toilet soap, Lifebuoy, Rinso, or Spry. Enclose a wrapper or box top from one of them. Print your name and address, and the name and address of your dealer. He'll help you. Also, be sure to get your entry blank from him. It will give you all the information you need. Mail your entries to Lever Fur Contest, Box 1, New York 8, New York. Be sure to get your entry blank from your dealer tomorrow.
That address, Lever Brothers Company Fur Contest, Box 1, New York 8, New York. You may win a luxurious fur coat or cash. So start writing your letters tonight.
Well, Irma has enrolled in the Lonely Hearts Club. I don't know why she did it, but I suppose if it was good enough for Amber Lipscott, it's good enough for Irma. So already she has a number, 75. Irma's kind of worried about her number. She's afraid if she signs her letter 75, she won't get a man under 80. So I explained that the number has no personal significance, and right now Irma's writing her first letter to the club. It'll be forwarded to some unknown man.
Dear, to whom it may concern, I am a lonely girl. My heart is broken. I have blonde hair and blue eyes and nice legs and would like to meet a man in the same condition.
No, sweetie. No.
What's wrong?
Well, you put all your eggs in that basket, but they're scrambled. You better let me help you, sweetie.
All right, Jane.
Good. Dear sir, I am 22 years old, blonde, considered attractive, and am quite lonely. I should like very much to make the acquaintance of a gentleman who is also lonely. Now, sign it.
With best wishes and all my love, 75. P.S. This has nothing to do with my age.
No. No, sweetie, just sign it sincerely, number 75, huh?
All right, Jane. Do you think I should spray a little perfume on it? You know, the bottle Al gave me?
Irma, I have smelled that perfume. It will not only keep men away, but also mosquitoes. No, honey, you just mail as it is.
All right, Jane.
Come in.
Hello, girls.
Oh, hello, Mrs. O'Reilly.
This letter just came for you, Irma. I didn't mean to peek, but it says Lonely Hearts Club on the envelope.
Oh, it's here.
But, Irma, I don't understand. What about you and Al?
They broke up.
Oh, well, Irma, darling, don't feel too badly.
Yeah. Go on, honey, go on. Read the letter from the Lonely Hearts Club. I'm just dying of curiosity. Go on.
All right. My dear Miss 75, in answer to your letter, I too am lonely. What can we do about it? Signed 33322. Oh, Jane, that's a wonderful number.
What do you mean wonderful?
Oh, we'll have a big family.
I don't follow you, sweetie.
Well, in poker, 3 threes and a pair of twos is a full house.
I know, Irma, but don't go jumping to conclusions. You don't even know this man.
Oh, Miss O'Reilly, I'm so excited. Imagine getting an answer so quickly.
It's only me again. Hello, girls. Why do you all look so happy?
Irma has a new boyfriend.
Wonderful, Irma. What's his name?
33322.
Irma, a convict. Listen to me. Go back to Al. At least he wasn't caught yet.
No, Professor. Irma's been corresponding through the Lonely Hearts Club, and everyone has a number.
Oh. Congratulations, Irma. And take the advice of an old man. Find out what the man is like right away before you get involved.
Oh, I'm going to. But first of all, I'm going to find out one thing. If he has a job. You know what I just went through with my ex?
Your ex?
Yes. I want to even forget his name. Of course, my ex was very sweet to me. And my ex made me happy. And I loved my ex. I dreamed of that day I would marry my ex.
Irma, you're slipping. Now remember.
Oh, yes, I must be gay. Ha, 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 ha.
Now, honey, there's no time to waste. Come on, let's answer the letter.
All right.
Come on, Mrs. O'Reilly. They want to be alone. Let's you and I run around the block.
Oh, that's silly. Who's going to run around the block?
You are. You'll ask me for the rent, and when I give you my answer, I guarantee you'll chase me around the block. So let's start now. Goodbye, and good luck, Irma.
All right, honey, let's get started with your letter. Well, Irma has finished her letter, and I'm proofreading it for her. It says, Dear 33322, do you mind if I call you Dear 32? I feel I know you well enough to call you by your initials. I was thrilled to get your letter, and I hope you turn out the way I picture you. Of course, your writing is very small. Are you short? I hope not, because I'm considered the right height for 5'4". I wouldn't want anyone shorter than 5'4.5" because I want someone I can look up to. What else is new? Have you got a job? I have, and hoping to hear the same from you, I remain affectionately 75.
Yes, sir. What can the Lonely Hearts Club do for you?
Well, my name is Al. My number is 33322. I'm corresponding with a girl numbered 75. Any mail for me?
I'll look in the box. Oh, yes. Here's a letter for you, 33322. By the way, how are you getting along with your correspondence?
Well, frankly, the dame seems a little cracked. But I'm so anxious to get over this lump in my heart. You know, the girl I love jilted me, that I'll try anything.
Oh, here you are. Good luck.
Well, for the past 3 days, I've been hearing nothing but 33322 and 75 until it's just coming out of my ears. You know, if those two ever get together, I think they'll have to be married by a bookkeeper. But, of course, since the letter that Irma's expecting today should contain valuable information about her new phantom boyfriend, I was just as excited as she was when she said,
Jane, the letter, it came.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? Come on, honey, read it.
No, you read it to me. I'm too excited.
All right, I will. Dear 75, thank you for your letter. I was hoping the girl I was corresponding with was a Vassar graduate, but it seems quite impossible since I noticed you spelled considered with a K. However, none of us is perfect. He spells perfect, P-E-R-F-E-K.
Oh, go on, Jane.
All right. You ask me, have I got a job? Well, 75, as number to number, let me inform you that I have worked hard and steadily all my life as head of a big steel corporation, and now I'm prepared to retire. How are you fixed financially? I am perfectly healthy, tall, and so handsome it's disgusting. Yours devotedly, 33322.
Oh, what do you think, Jane?
I don't know, sweetie. This is either a genius or a crackpot. But anyone should be an improvement over Al. I beg your pardon, your ex.
Shall I answer him?
You know, I think it's about time you met him.
All right, Jane, I'll write him to come up here.
No, honey, not for 2 reasons. First, if you don't like him, after you've met him, we don't want him hanging around here. And secondly, we want to make a good impression on him.
Well, How do I go about that?
Yeah. Well, Richard and I are having dinner at the Papillon Club tomorrow night. He can be our guest.
But how will he recognize me?
Well, write that you'll wear a green hat.
But what if someone else is wearing a green hat? He's liable to marry the wrong girl.
Yeah. Well, tell him that you'll leave your number with the head waiter, and Henri will bring it to our table.
All right, Jane, I'll sit down and write him a letter right away.
Yeah, honey. And listen, in your letter, try to make yourself attractive. Show an interest in what he's doing.
Well, if he's in the steel business, what can I say?
I don't know. Say that you realize that steel is the backbone of this country and that you're fascinated by blast furnaces and trust he finds you interesting.
I got it.
Now, what are you going to write?
It must be interesting to steel blast furnaces. And I trust you will like me because I have one of the nicest backbones in the country.
Hold it, honey. Just hold it. Just invite him to dinner at the Papillon Club. Well, we're at the Papillon Club, Richard, myself, and number 75. We're waiting for 33322. I must say, 75 looks adorable. She's wearing a green hat. She's taking no chances. On it is a 75. She took a label from a can of Heinz beans that said 57 and reversed the numbers. And since this dinner is costing Richard a pretty penny, I, too, am very curious to see what Irma's landed. Honey, Irma, smile. Come on, look happy.
I'm sorry, Jane. I was just thinking.
About Al? Now, Irma, what did you promise?
Ha, 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 ha.
It's better.
Irma, you say this Mr. 33322 is in the steel business?
Yes?
Well, then I must know him.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Well, it's going to be wonderful to have dinner with an old friend.
Oh, sure. You know, every time we've been out together, I'd look across the table, and who would I see? Ow!
Chicken, you're wearing a green hat.
And you're wearing a carnation.
75.
Al, you're not 33322.
Well, I sure am.
What a roundabout way to get a free meal.
Oh, Al. Al, I'm so glad to see you.
Me too, Chicken.
Now, just a minute, Al. You have your nerve working steady. A steel magnet.
I don't even know what I wrote. I didn't even know it was Irma. All I know is I was going crazy for missing her. Lots of guys turned to drink. I turned to the Lonely Hearts Club.
Oh, Al, it's all my fault in that psychological test.
What's the difference, Chicken? Just wanted you to know I love you, and I always will. And now, Jane, if you want me to go, I'll go.
Sit down, Al. Sit down and order.
No, thanks. I'm not hungry.
No wonder you ate half my platter while you were talking.
Ladies, now with Swan Soap, you can get the kind of complexion care you've been dreaming of. Sure, because Swan's exclusive super creamed blend gives you a wonderful new kind of beauty lather. A rich, mild beauty lather that cleanses so gently and rinses away so completely, your skin is left fresh, smooth, and lovely as ever. So for perfect complexion care, make your regular facial soap super creamed Swan Soap.
Well, Irma and Al are back together on the sofa, and they're as much in love as ever. They're making gooey talk. He says,
How's my darling little 75?
Oh, just fine, my great big 33322.
And if that isn't nauseating enough, Irma is now making with more numbers.
14. No, I don't like that. 32. Yes, 32 and 33.
Irma, I know Al is 33322 and you're 75. What are those other numbers?
Oh, I'm just picking out names for the children.
Well, with language like that, what can I say but 23 skidoo to my friend Irma.
My Friend Irma, presented by Swan, another fine product of Lever Brothers Company, was produced and directed by Cy Howard. Tonight's script was written by Cy Howard and Park Levy. Frank Bingman speaking.
Spry. Cakes are light and high.
Spry.
There's a reason why.
Spry.
Cakes improve with Spry.
Rely on Spry.
You bet there's a reason why Spry is the cake-making wonder. Spry has an amazing cake improver secret. Try the sure Spry one-bowl way and be certain of lighter, finer, richer cakes every time. No other type of shortening has Spry's cake improver secret. For new cake-making success, rely on Spry. Pure, all-vegetable Spry with cake improver.
Rely on Spry. S-P-R-Y. Rely on Spry. S-P-R-Y.
Tune in next week, 1 hour earlier, and listen to the Lux Radio Theater, immediately followed by My Friend Irma. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.